Deputy Chair, Honorable President, Deputy President, and all honorable members and our guests in the gallery. It is an honor for us to participate in this debate. Honorable President, we proudly join all ANC members of Parliament who have welcomed your State of the Nation address, in particular, your emphasis on fundamentally changing the ownership patterns of the means of production of the South African economy in favor of Africans in particular and blacks in general. The time is indeed now, Honorable President, for our government to use our political authority to advance the radical economic transformation in our country. We have not been reckless in pursuit of this transformative goal, and many who have previously benefited took it as given, Honorable President, that black people will never ascend to the highest point of economic control and ownership. And in fact, they even said we will remain consumers of our economic outputs. That's where they think we belong. We must, and indeed, it is our national revolutionary duty to change this narrative. Those who believe so are those who don't believe in black economic empowerment like this party. They don't have such a policy. They don't have. And they will never have. On our part, Honorable President, as members of this House, particularly from the African National Congress benches, we will hold the executive accountable around the question of radical economic transformation. Honorable Chair, it is with anguish and pain that we rise on the matter of the 94 psychiatric patients, and we are told that the number has increased, who tragically lost their lives recently in Gauteng. I want to thank the Honorable Speaker for giving the House an opportunity yesterday to observe a moment of silence in their honor. It will be amiss of us not to critique how the Democratic Alliance brought this tragic matter before this House. You know, it is common cause that the Life Esidimeni report, which informed all of us about the death of the 94 psychiatric patients, was released by the Health Ombudsman, Dr. Mahoba, and the Minister of Health on the 1st of February. The Democratic Alliance had all the time, ample time to consult other parties, as is always the tradition in this House. They had all the time on such a tragic matter. They had all the time from the 1st of February. We had a Chief Whips Forum. They didn't raise this matter. We had a programming committee where the Speaker chairs. They did not raise this matter of such importance. The issue indeed, by the way, we conduct business of this House through consensus. We all agree that this is the item that needs to get on the agenda on the order paper, Honorable President. What do? Even on the same day, just before you deliver the State of the Nation address, I approach the Chief Whip of the Democratic Alliance because they were also carrying placards about Esidimeni. I said to them, can't we do things better? We are a House of Parliament. In fact, we can call the minister and everybody else to come and account. Why should we make this House a house of protest? At that time, Honorable President and people of South Africa, the DA had at least an opportunity to say to the ANC, we have this matter that we want to raise. This very important matter. Not only to the ANC, by the way, to all the parties here. They never approached any party. That here is a matter tragic to the African, to the country. Can we have a moment of silence? They never raised the matter. Nowhere did they raise the matter. The question that we need to answer, were they genuine in raising this matter? Were they genuine or were they grandstanding and using such a tragedy? Honorable Wilmot James, I've always had respect for you. But I thought you could have advised differently on such a tragic matter. We thought that because all of us as South Africa feel this pain, we are all pained. Indeed, you would have come to any of us to say, can we do this moment of silence? Rest assured, we would have said, by all means. You never even alerted, by the way. You never even alerted the presiding officers. You sprang this matter on them when they were here. They didn't know what you were bringing. You just sprang them. We don't surprise each other in this house. In this house, we consult each other so that what we do here is by consensus, and we are all agreed that this is the right thing to do. You therefore made this tragedy of South Africa a political football. You indeed wanted to benefit politically from such a tragedy. Shame on you, sis. Yes, sir.
Order, honorable members.
Honorable President, another issue that we would like to bring to this House is that our
Order, honorable members.
Joint Rule 212 of the joint sitting of Parliament talks very loudly about discipline. And it says, in this regard, all our rules on discipline from both houses are applicable when a joint sitting is held. Let me read what we have in the National Assembly rules regarding this.
Honorable member, Honorable Chief Whip, can you just take your seat? I see a gesture there. What gesture is that, Honorable Member Julius? What is that? No, what is that? What does it mean? No, what does it mean? What does it mean? I want to know. What does it mean?
5 minutes.
What about 5 minutes? The honorable member has got 15 minutes.
Deputy Chair.
No. The honorable member has got 15 minutes.
5 minutes.
No, it's got 15 minutes. Can you continue, honorable member?
Deputy Chair, our National Assembly Rule 10 provides that a member who willfully fails or refuses to obey any rule, order, or resolution of the House may be found guilty of contempt of Parliament in terms of the Powers and Privileges Act of 2004, close quote. We therefore propose to this House that the conduct of all members who willfully violated the joint rules and further impaired the decorum of this House by insulting presiding officers, we are a real shame. And other members during the Sona should be dragged kicking and screaming and referred to the Powers and Privileges Committee to determine whether their conduct was contemptuous of Parliament and impose appropriate sanctions on those who will be found guilty. Unless we do so, this House will continue to degenerate. People will come here and stand on this podium and insult people. We therefore need to put a stop to this behavior. The parliament of our people is a forum of democratic debate and not a house of profanities and insults. We are firmly of the view that this deviant unparliamentary behavior must be nipped in the bud. Deputy Chair, lastly, until when are we going to...
Order. Can you just listen to the member? Allow the member to speak, because you are drowning him now. Now you are debating with him. No, you are out of order, honorable member. Can you please be in order?
Chair, point of order.
I've cautioned members to be in order.
He is the chief whip of the opposition.
No, honorable member.
Very bad.
I've cautioned members to be in order.
Yes, it's bad.
Can you continue, honorable member?
Until when are we going to allow the EFF to use their hard hats and amakoporo as weapons to assault parliamentary protection services staff? Until when? I think we must also run out of patience on this unbecoming conduct and instruct as this House the Joint Rules Committee to look into the advisability of having parliamentarians coming into the House wearing hard hats. We really should look into this particular matter. My own view on this matter is simply that hard hats must not be allowed on the floor of any of our parliamentary houses. I therefore propose strongly, as I close my input on the State of the Nation address, that hard hats, amakoporo, amakarapa, makoporo be barred from the floor of the Houses of Parliament. We thank you, House Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Waters.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, the intolerance of ANC members here today